Recording number 2, problem solution. Widely argued. Widely refers to how many people have argued this same thing. If something has been widely argued, it means that lots of people have said the same thing about something. It is widely argued that the key to success is to focus on specific goals and use your time wisely. To have a negative impact on. To have a negative effect on something. This means that it is not good for you. Procrastinating can have a negative impact on your level of productivity. Spending all day on Facebook can have a negative impact on your ability to finish your work. Destination resorts, a place where tourists like to visit on vacation. A destination is the place, like Hawaii, and a resort is the specific hotel or accommodation where people stay. Behind this point of view. The reason for having this point of view. The underlying explanation for something. The reason why someone thinks the way they do. Behind this point of view is the understanding that success happens to those who are focused on the most important results. Oppositional attitudes. Having an oppositional attitude means that you are against something. You don't support an idea, a policy, or regulation. An attitude is how you think about something. The Democrats try hard to change the oppositional attitudes of the Republicans towards Obamacare. A cause of serious problems. The reason why something terrible happens. The cause. Serious, important, significant. Problem, something bad. Smoking is known to be the cause of serious health problems. To have an adverse impact on. To have a negative, bad effect on something. The war had an adverse impact on the environment due to all the chemicals that were sprayed. Indigenous practices. Indigenous refers to the people who are native to a local area. In the U.S., the indigenous people are the Native Americans. Practices are the traditions and customs of a culture, the things they do. Some modern people don't understand certain indigenous practices. Insensitive, not sensitive to somebody or something. It means that you don't notice what you are doing and the effect that it is having on a person or a place. His father was insensitive to the fact that he was disappointed at not being able to travel with him to Japan. Rowdy, noisy, loud, rough. The boys were too rowdy last night and they got in trouble by the police. The athletes were so rowdy that the referees had to warn them several times. Unsuitable clothing. Not suitable, inappropriate, not the correct or acceptable type of thing. In the Middle East, you will get in trouble if you wear unsuitable clothing, showing too much of your body. To have an undesirable influence on. To have an unwanted influence on somebody or something. to do something so that it influences someone in a way that is not wanted by somebody else. The teachers were concerned that going to bars would have an undesirable influence on their students. Provocative behavior and fashions. Provocative means to cause annoyance, anger, or another strong reaction on purpose, like that is what you want to do with your behavior or clothing. Provocative can also mean that it arouses sexual desire or interest. Fashion refers to the clothing that you wear. To be spoiled by, to be ruined by. When something spoils something else, it means that it destroys it or makes it worse. The lake was spoiled by the oil spill. Lack of respect for. To have no respect for someone or something. To not pay attention to agreed upon rules or customs. Young people these days have a lack of respect for the old ways. Unquestionable, without question, not able to be disputed or doubted. To describe when there is no question that something is a certain way. Knowing how to program computers is an unquestionable skill to have these days. Widely promoted. Promoted in a big way, thoroughly or broadly. When you promote something widely, you let a lot of people know about it. The company widely promoted the release of the new Xbox. To urge visitors to respect. To advocate earnestly the doing, consideration, or approval of something. To press for. To try to get someone to do something. You urge someone to do or not do something. They urged the visitors to respect the rules and not feed the animals. To enforce strict regulations on. To enforce means to make sure that people follow the laws or regulations by punishing them if they don't. Strict means tough or tight. To enforce strict regulations on something means to make sure and punish people if they do something against the regulation. The police had to enforce strict regulations on the people so that they would stop polluting the river. Disposing of waste. To get rid of the waste or garbage, usually by taking it to the dump or landfill. The company was told that they were not disposing of waste properly, and they were fined $25,000. Harm the environment. To have a negative impact on the environment, like on the lakes, rivers, the air, etc. Everybody knows that chemicals from factories can harm the environment. If your company continues to harm the environment in this way, we will have to shut you down. Addressing the concerns of local people. To listen to what the people are concerned about and then do something about it. To address means to deal with or do something about something. A concern is a worry, something that you have negative thoughts about and you want something to change. Local refers to the people who live in the town or area. The politicians said that they would start addressing the concerns of the local people related to the high levels of air pollution.